You promise you'll start tomorrow. Promise that Monday will be different. Promise that after lunch, after the episode, after that small task, you'll finally do what really matters. But each broken promise doesn't disappear. It stays. And every time you say, I'll do it, and then don't, something inside you weakens. It's not your fault. The brain likes planning, because planning already feels good, almost as if you'd already acted. But the distance between thinking and doing is where life happens or disappears. How long will you spend rehearsing instead of building? If someone recorded in slow motion the exact moment you choose to delay, you'd see it. 5 seconds. 5 seconds between the impulse to act and the impulse to escape. In this video, you'll understand how an ancient principle from Japanese warriors fits perfectly with a modern rule of immediate action. You'll learn to use those 5 seconds like a sharp blade that cuts the habit of procrastinating before it traps you for another day. And you'll leave here with a method so simple it works instantly. It's not about being perfect. It's about being real. Let me tell you a story that changed how I understand action. It was early spring. A young warrior woke up every day before sunrise. He had the dream of becoming invincible with the sword. He spoke about it with passion. He studied ancient scrolls. He knew combat theories. He watched the masters train from afar. But when it came time to wield his own blade, something froze. He told himself he needed more preparation, that he wasn't ready yet, that he'd start when he felt confident. Days passed. He kept reading, kept planning, kept waiting for the perfect moment. Meanwhile, another apprentice, who didn't know even half the theory, climbed a mountain every dawn and trained under rain, under the sun, under exhaustion, hands bleeding, feet aching, no words, just repetition. One late afternoon, the young theorist saw the other apprentice being accepted by the master. He felt a quiet pain. It wasn't envy. It was recognition. He knew everything about the sword, but had never truly held it long enough. The other's blade was marked with use. His own, untouched and shining, stored like a relic of a future that never came. And you? How many times have you planned the perfect study routine, the ideal workout, the project that will change everything, but it stayed only in the notebook, only in the open browser tab, only in the promise? This doesn't happen because you're lazy. It happens because the human brain treats planning and execution almost the same way. When you make a detailed list, when you build the perfect schedule, the brain releases a small dose of dopamine, as if you'd already accomplished something. And then comes the problem. You feel productive without having produced anything. Real action, on the other hand, brings friction, brings discomfort, brings mistakes. The brain prefers to avoid it. So you delay, and the more you delay, the more the pattern reinforces itself. Have you noticed how easy it is to talk about the diet and how hard to refuse a dessert in the moment? How easy to think about waking up early and how hard to get up when the alarm rings? This isn't lack of capacity. It's a neural pattern that formed through repetition of small choices. And patterns can be rewritten, but only with action, not with intention, with movement. In the ancient codes of Bushido, the philosophy of samurai warriors, there was a direct and cutting principle: immediate action, not from impulsiveness, but from discipline. The master said to the apprentice, between thought and sword, leave no space for doubt. Because a warrior who hesitates doesn't just lose the battle, he loses himself. The moment to act isn't when you feel prepared. It's when the decision appears. The blade is only sharpened in use. The mountain is only conquered in the step. Transformation only happens in the imperfect beginning. And today there's a way to apply this with surgical precision. The 5-second rule. It works like this. The moment you feel the impulse to do something you know you should do, you have 5 seconds to move physically toward that action. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you act. Don't think. Don't negotiate. Don't wait for motivation. You simply move your body. Because what modern science discovered is exactly what the samurais knew centuries ago. The window between intention and action is tiny. If you don't act immediately, the brain enters protection mode. It starts listing reasons not to act, and then you've already lost. The rule is simple. count from 5 to 1, and move. Now, comes the part most people ignore. It's not enough to know the rule. You need to transform it into a minimum protocol. It works in 3 layers. First, the size of the action has to be so small that your brain can't justify the escape. It's not, I'll train for an hour. It's, I'll put on my sneakers. It's not, I'll write the chapter. It's, I'll open the document. The action needs to be ridiculously simple, because the goal isn't to finish. It's to start, and starting breaks inertia. Second layer, fixed trigger. You choose a point in the day, always the same, and associate the action with that moment. It can be right when you wake up. It can be after coffee. It can be as soon as you get home. The important thing is that it becomes automatic. You don't decide whether you'll do it. You just do it, like brushing your teeth. Third layer, continuity rule. Don't break the chain. If you do the minimum every day, confidence grows. If you skip a day, that's okay. But you come back the next. No drama, no guilt, just consistency. Imagine you're climbing a mountain. Each step is small. But if you skip a step and then give up because you already broke the sequence, you never reach the top. Now, if you stumble, get up and climb the next step. The mountain continues being conquered. The blade gets sharpened in daily use, not in perfect use. The samurai didn't wait for inspiration to train. He trained, and inspiration came after. The ego loves a grand beginning, the ambitious plan, the radical transformation. But small and consistent always beats big and irregular. Let me give you a real example. There's a guy who works all day, comes home exhausted, and has been promising for months he'll get back to studying programming. He buys courses, makes schedules, but never starts. One day, he decides to apply the rule without thinking much. The moment he gets home, before sitting on the couch, he counts 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and opens a laptop. That's it. Doesn't study. Just opens. First day. Opened it. Stared for 5 minutes. Closed it. Seemed ridiculous. But the next day, he did it again. Opened it. And this time watched 2 minutes class. Third day, 10 minutes. A week later, he was solving exercises. Not because he got motivated. Because he created the habit of moving his body before the brain created an excuse. There was a day he came home destroyed. Could have skipped, but he applied the rule. 5 seconds, opened the laptop, looked at the screen, closed it. 20 seconds total. And that was enough, because he kept the chain. 2 months later, he already had a small project in his portfolio. And confidence? It grew alongside. It didn't come from the expensive course. It came from daily proof that he keeps his promises to himself. The change didn't come from the peak. It came from invisible consistency. So now I want you to do something. Think of one thing you've been delaying. It can be small. Actually, it has to be small. And I want you to apply the rule now. 5 seconds. After you finish watching this video, you count from 5 to 1 and take the first physical step. Just the first one. If it's studying, open the material. If it's working out, put on your shoes. If it's writing, open the file. You don't need to finish. Just start. And if this video made sense to you, subscribe to the channel and leave a like. I want to build a community of people who act, not just people who consume. And tell me in the comments, what's going to be your step today? Motivation is a feeling. Discipline is a decision. The feeling goes away. The decision stays. You don't need a perfect plan. You need an imperfect beginning. Life doesn't change on the day you decide to change. It changes on the day you act differently. Every great warrior started trembling. Every great achievement started small. The difference between those who keep dreaming and those who build isn't in talent. It's in the courage to count to 1 and move your body. The young man in the story understood this. He stopped studying the sword and started holding it, stopped planning the training, and started climbing the mountain. In the beginning, it was horrible. Weak hands, wrong movements. But he continued. And 6 months later, when the master passed by him, he stopped, observed, and nodded, not because he was perfect, because he was real. Now it's with you. When this video ends, you have 5 seconds. 5 to move toward what you know you need to do. Not tomorrow, not Monday. Now, open the document, put on the shoes, grab the book, do 1 push-up, anything. Just don't stay still. And if you come back here tomorrow and comment that you did it, I'll read it, because I believe you can do it. Not because you're special, because you're human, and humans change when they act. The blade is in your hand. Now use it.